So the next KDA member in League of Legends, and I'm going to butcher this name, Seraphine. There's multiple ways I've heard it pronounced, but this has been someone that's been kind of speculated to be a part of KDA for a while. I guess as of today, it's finally confirmed, but does that mean they're necessarily a new champion? We don't know that necessarily at this point of recording this video. Maybe by the time it's up, we will. But one of the things I do want to note is that SpiderAxe did tweet out something, and SpiderAxe is very reliable. Like, as a person, as someone who knows information about things that happen within the world of League of Legends, and they did tweet out something that's a bit maybe more confirming. And I guess I can share a little bit about the team that worked on Seraphine. Her gameplay is being handled by Riot Jag. Jellybug started exploring her narrative, but Danielle Kautz is one who carried it over the finish line when she parted ways with Riot. And New Milky handled her concept art. So that right there, thanks to SpiderAxe, and he's allowed to say these things, it does confirm that not only are they going to be a part of KDA, because some of the speculation was, oh, maybe they're like an artist, like a musician that's getting to work with Riot, with League of Legends, and it's kind of like a new way for Riot to kind of market KDA, and like, because Riot's always exploring these different ways to market and do things like that. This confirms they're going to be a champion though, however, not just like a virtual influencer that they kind of made as this massive marketing ploy, which while that would have been pretty interesting and pretty cool to see, this right here, now you know it is going to be in fact a champion. And one of the things I want to talk about is, what kind of a champion are they going to be? We don't have a lot of clues on the table. One of the things we could start with, of course, is the fact that all of the existing 4 KDA members already go into one of 4 of the 5 roles, right? You have Ahri can go mid, Kai'Sa's the AD carry, Eve is the jungler, and then you can have Akali go top. Which means the only role left that doesn't have a KDA member at this point in time would be support. So they could be a support champion if they want to fill all 5 roles with at least one KDA member. Now, obviously, historically with skin lines, they don't necessarily always go about it this way. The Blood Moon skin line is a good example in my opinion, where a lot of those skins turn to be themed towards assassins more so than having a Blood Moon skin in every single role. Like the AD carry role, I think it just has Jhin, as a matter of fact. But when like the event comes around, the Blood Moon event, you kind of just, it's like a free-for-all anyways, and everybody kind of plays assassins at that point. So it's not necessarily that it has to be that way, but maybe that's one of the things we could speculate. Now, one of the things that's also going around with the reporting of this champion existing is also a picture of all 5 of them together, and it does have them standing in the middle. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's a whole, you know, I'm Red Ranger now kind of a thing. They're like the leader, etc. But it could mean, quite literally, it might be one of those things that we're overanalyzing and they're giving us the answer right there. Because Riot does tend to like to do that at times, right? That they're going to be a mid laner. So if you don't get Ahri, because the other team gets Ahri, you can play Seraphine. I'm butchering that name and I do apologize. Someone please tell me how to actually pronounce it so when we do future videos, it'll be a thing. It's one of the things I didn't talk about this for a while. This has been popping up for at least a good 2-3 weeks. A, I was kind of busy with college, but B, another reason I wasn't talking about this too terribly much is just because I wanted more information to really come out before I made a video to give you guys about it, and it seems like we finally have more information now. We don't know exactly the role or their kit yet. As a musician, I wonder if their kit's going to be more music-based like a Sona, for example, right? Like the other KDA members aren't necessarily music champs, they're a music group though, so it doesn't mean that their kit has to be music-centered, but because they're being heavily marketed kind of as like a musician kind of a thing, I do wonder if we'll see certain things that kind of hone in on that more. In which case, the question I'll leave you guys kind of in this kind of theory craft video as it already is, if you were designing a music-esque kind of a champion, how would you go about it? Would you go about it the way like Sonya did, or Sona did, for example? I think that's Danganronpa now. Sonya, never mind, sorry. Would you go about it the same way of Sona, as a matter of fact, where like all of her abilities are like different musical terms, but they also do things in a team environment? You can play with support as well, even with the AD carry, right? If they're going to be a support, like we kind of mentioned earlier, they're going to be playing in a duo role, where maybe their musical abilities or talents or whatever could also help out an AD carry or something like that. Do you think that could be possible, and what exactly kind of are the abilities you would go about doing if you did something like that yourselves? Like with the Q, usually Qs on most, if they're going to be like a mage, for example, we don't know if they're going to be a mage or a physical damage dealing champion, but mages' Qs tend to be like a damaging ability straight up, so that would probably be more of a damaging ability, whatever that is, but the W or the E or something could be more utility something, and the ultimate could be something like Sona, where it's like some sort of maybe a CC ability, maybe it's like Karthus ult, but like on your own team to heal them or something. So basically like Soraka, but like if you remembered Soraka existed, except for just now when I just mentioned Soraka, because some of you forget Soraka exists until she slips back into the meta and then hits you with a banana, and that's all that is. But also, maybe it's something like that, where it's a team-affecting thing. Maybe you have to be in a certain range, though, for it to be effective, like Galio ult. He can't just ult anywhere, right? He has to ult you in range, but you have to kind of be somewhat in range for that to happen. And I don't want to drag this video on too much longer for the sake of watch time and whatnot. If you did watch this far, thank you. And that's really the whole point of this video, is what do you think that would be? As a Jinx channel, I'll add on the end here, if it is a support champion, it is kind of a musically champion, how do you think that would pair well with a Jinx? Do you think that would be fun? Do you think you only really like playing with like peeling support, so you hope they're more of a peeling support if they are a support, right? They could still be another lane. Or would you actually hope they're more of a damaging support? They can actually just bully the other AD carry, and you could just have your own time farming away in lane, minions and stuff, and they can kind of do like Brand does and go 1v2 for you, and maybe make your life easier that way. Whatever it is, comment in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, the actual subscribe button. But I don't know which video will be next, because life can have a lot of kinks. So until next time, take care. GG get jinxed. Thank you for watching, and enjoy pizza responsibly.